are Anna Bey's suggestions in her latest YouTube video going to make you look more elegant and presentable, or make you look like a dinosaur fossil? Let's see. The return of Elegantosaurus rex. Miramasani, how do you do? Today I shall be reviewing Anna Bey's latest video on 10 elegant outfits. I'm a Miss Universe finalist, a certified image and color consultant, and a happily married housewife. My part 2 of my video of 10 color and image consulting tips will be up next week, and those are my rare complimentary color consulting tips if you don't have a color consultant and cannot afford one, or you're looking for one and I'm overbooked. To promote my videos on YouTube so that you see them, the algorithm dictates that I do have to do some critique videos, so here we are. Does Anna Bey have 10 outfit formulas to help you look like a dinosaur fossil? Or are they indeed elegant and not frumpy? Well, sadly, most of them are frumpy, but there are some excellent elegant ones, and as a certified image consultant, couturier, and stylist, I can help you discern between them. Outfit number 1 deserves not only one but maybe 2 dinosaur fossils. This is probably the worst outfit of the collection, but don't worry, she does have some elegant outfits, and I promise a balanced review. So, why does this outfit look like a rich old lady checking into a nursing home? Well, for that, one must know a bit on the history of fashion and aesthetics. What looks old and what looks young? As a professional couturier, I can tell you. So I'm reading a rather fascinating book by William Warringer called Abstraction and Empathy. So art goes between abstraction and the aesthetic, which is empathetic. So he actually predicted Picasso and is quite fascinating. What William Warringer says is that what we consider beautiful or youthful is determined by what the society lacks. So, for example, the golden age of haute couture from Christian Dior emerged from the shortages of fabric in the 1940s, and people were sick and tired of it. In fact, Christian Dior astutely understood the craving of people for femininity and fabric after the horrors and also restrictions of the Second World War. Even Queen Elizabeth needed ladies to give over their rations to help a queen have a wedding dress. So at that time, Dior astutely understood that people were sick and tired of rations and the society was lacking in fabric. So he wanted to create the dresses with the most fabric, the biggest, the poofiest, most hyper-feminine dresses, because that was what the society was lacking at that time. Dior spoke to what people craved that they lacked, and that became the beauty standard of his era. From the horrors of war led to the success of another French designer, Gabrielle Coco Chanel, and it led to the French chic aesthetic that makes you look old and outdated. So at that time, after the horrors of World War One, people craved masculinity in ladies. Yes. So, what, according to science, makes ladies attractive to gentlemen, and in most species, is gender dimorphism, or in a way where you can distinguish a female from a male. So femininity is usually what's most sexually attractive. That is, for example, I'm wearing pink, I have long hair. If a gentleman were to go out like me, they would assume he's gay or a drag queen. So therefore, this should be considered beautiful, but not in all eras actually. After World War One, this would be considered ugly in the 1920s. Yes! And old, really. You know why? In World War One, the older generation abused femininity against young men. So World War One was the first time that they had these machine guns and serious war machinery that unalived most people. So before that, war was a level up instrument, and it wasn't lethal for most people. It was a way of getting ahead socially and culling some of the underclass, but most people survived, and it helped elevate their social status. So most people were not against war when, it was a shot here or there. But when it was machine gun fire, mustard gas, and most people died, all of a sudden the younger generation felt betrayed. Also, there were posters of beautiful feminine women who were held by these brutes, and you must fight for your motherland to save this feminine lady of your country. And they would return missing arms, legs, part of their face, seeing their friends unalived in front of them in the most horrific war they couldn't even imagine. They even called it the war to end all wars. So, Gabrielle Chanel was an astute entrepreneur and could read the souls of the gentlemen who returned from the horrors of the First World War. The aesthetic of a society, Warren just said, comes from what it lacks. So Gabrielle Chanel understood that there was an excess of femininity, and men wanted a bit of masculinity in women to rebel against the older generation. So the petting parties of flappers are tame by modern swinger cruise standards. However, back then, can you imagine, in Afghanistan, something like that happening? It was terribly shocking. At the time, Gabrielle Chanel would borrow from the boys, and not seeing hyper-feminine women was like medicine to the veteran sew. Then European men were greatly seduced by Gabrielle Chanel's masculine, gamine, borrowing from the boys aesthetic, which sadly influences French fashion to today and is no longer relevant and makes you look old. Masculine elements in feminine fashion borrowing from the boys' comme des garçons look in French fashion was such a relief for the veteran sew, and such a relief from the PTSD of World War One. Now, World War One is long gone. Gabrielle Coco Chanel was a lover of neutrals, which was from borrowing from the boys, and neutrals were a product of the French Revolution, as in after the Revolution, men wanted to look war ready and didn't want to show off because elite men were afraid of a rebellion by the peasants and let their status show through women. Pierre Bourdieu wrote a book in the 1800s called Distinction where he talked about the norms and tastes of the upper class of that time. If you're interested, I can do a review. So, when Pierre Bourdieu talked about distinction, he said that the norms of his time were elite men no longer covered themselves up in embroidered, colorful silks, but instead elite gentlemen of Europe in the 1800s showed off through conspicuous consumption of their ladies. That is why the outfits of gentlemen in the 1800s were of a neutral color, except for some red British soldier uniforms. And then Gabrielle Chanel in the 1920s, that was still the case, that gentlemen would wear neutrals to be the background to their beautiful wives, who would wear something more colorful. And Gabrielle Chanel reversed it. When gentlemen craved masculinity, what better for ladies to wear than neutrals? Now, Christian Dior understood that, and to create beautiful women who were seductive for his era, he brought in color and saw women as feminine flowers, because after the horrors of World War II, women were sent to factories, and people had enough of seeing masculine women in the streets and wanted a return of life before the war, of when women were feminine. So Christian Dior knew that in his era, people craved a return to femininity. Therefore, Christian Dior brought back color. So, for the beginning of the 21st century, we would consider Dior's creations modern for our time and Chanel's creations outdated. In the future, this can change. So, what makes you look old like a dinosaur fossil today? Well, first of all, that would be short hair. Second of all, pants. And third of all, neutrals. So, masculine characteristics make you look old like you're in a nursing home. How do you look old? Let's compare Dorothy and Blanche from Golden Girls to Jennifer Lopez and Selma Hayek. So, in fact, they are the same or similar ages when the Golden Girls were filming. So, the Golden Girls were supposed to be old ladies. See how femininity and long hair makes both Selma Hayek and Jennifer Lopez look young in their middle age, like they're in their 30s. But at the same time, Dorothy and Blanche look like they're about to go to the hospice at the nursing home because of their short hair, pants, and occasionally neutrals. They were dressing masculine, and masculine in our current era makes you look extremely old. A lot of young gentlemen don't know that Queen Camilla right now and Lady Diana in her 30s are not the same age. When they hear that, Queen Camilla had this beautiful young rival, Lady Diana, when they see Lady Diana, they're saying, they look the same. The thing that we should know about fashion is fashion tends to skip a generation, as no one wants to dress like their mother and boys don't want to date their mother. So the fashion in the Hillary Clinton era was the masculine lady. When Hillary Clinton was First Lady, a pantsuit was considered French chic. Hillary Clinton was considered to be extremely elegant, like Michelle Obama, during her day. But today, she looks frumpy by current standards. Why do Hillary Clinton and Lady Diana in their 90s looks look like frumpy old dinosaurs by our current standards. This is because William Orange says that a society sees beauty as what it lacks and therefore craves. In the current era, women are overworked, radical feminism is the norm, so women are hyper-masculinized, and gentlemen are looking for a break from that, as you probably have heard the toxic trend, passport bros. So, passport bros and red pill involuntary celibates are complaining about how feminist women are. You know, it's not something to ignore, because, in Eastern Europe we have a tradition called the holy fool. The crazy person is usually telling the truth that no one else wants to say. While we can laugh at these incels, the silent majority of gentlemen think women have become too masculine. And even women think so, which is why we have popularity of trends like trad wife, femininity and soft wife. Ladies feel that they're overworked in corporate America as pack donkeys, and they don't have time to recover after giving birth because, dating just anyone of any income is pushed on ladies to disastrous effects. Hypergamy is actually trending right now. Anna Bey became popular because, like Dior and Chanel, she knew that deep down women craved financial stability and had enough of being over-masculinized at work. Like Gabrielle, Chanel and Dior, Anna Bey understood what ladies lacked and what ladies craved. Ladies have had enough of 50-50. Our modern society in the 21st century craves femininity, both from ladies and gentlemen. Ladies are tired of being overworked and splitting bills, and gentlemen are tired of angry, hateful, radical feminist masculinas that disrespect and bash men that have become the norm. What Anna Bey understood correctly is also our society is hypersexualized and craves modesty in ladies. We live in such an over-sexualized era where boys are bombarded with access to free pornography. There is hookup culture. When you go to the beach, ladies are wearing G-strings. There is just so much oversaturation of cheeky boom boom that for the first time in history, boys had enough. So a young boy, in a matter of minutes, can see more naked ladies than Genghis Khan. There are no more sirens in our era, where free kitty cat is handed out like confetti. We live in an era that is so over-sexualized that the most modest dressing non-religious women are escorts themselves. We live in an era, so why escorts dress frumpy is not to be noticed by female guests and not to be kicked out. Who make the most money by dressing frumpy and extremely conservatively. So why do escorts dress frumpy? I talked about it in my previous videos, and to summarize, an escort is typically 20 years old, will have nice hair, nicely done, clean girl look, no makeup, but she's 20 years old in an expensive hotel bar, winking and chasing 70-year-olds, 60-year-olds. So in spite of the frumpy outfit, her youth speaks to men older than her father. This trick won't work with someone your age, right? Because you'll be competing with other women your age for a gentleman who is from your age to 10 to 15 years older. You need to be more competitive and cannot afford to be frumpy. So, gentlemen crave femininity and modesty. Therefore, elegance. But not the kind that Anna Bey talks about. By elegance, I mean dressing like a Muslim lady, Clooney. Dressing in a way that you attract with something other than your body parts. So, if there is over-sexualization and women are hyper-masculinized, it means that the society and the young ladies and gentlemen crave modesty and femininity. So, that is why something that's modest, fun, and feminine is youthful, and pants are not. Neither is wearing head-to-toe neutral color, because neutral colors are masculine. At least when we're talking about European fashion and the history of European fashion, neutrals are masculine to allow a lady to shine. We are returning to the dual era of the feminine flower. Also, let's remember, people like to dress the opposite of their parents. So today, Hillary Clinton's pantsuits of the 90s do look frumpy, as well as her short hair. But let's remember, at the time, her Armani suits and hairstyle were the height of French chic, and Hillary Clinton was actually the Melania Trump of her day. I shall review the outfits. Outfit number 1. What the Frumposaurus Rex? Dinosaur Fossil Award. Why? Because the pants make it look old, and also the neutral color makes it look masculine and old, and if I wear this, I look like I'm in the nursing home. Sorry. Look number 2. The elephant went to McDonald's and ate everything. Well, yes, it might look elegant on Anna Bey, but white pants will make you look fat. And you know what else makes you look fat? Horizontal stripes. So, yes, we saw Anna Bey's outfit on Kate Middleton with the Breton stripes. However, it's only flattering on Princess Catherine because she's size 2. If you're size 2 to 0, you know, on a very casual day, maybe for boating or something. What I do like about this outfit is a pop of red, although I don't like that red on Anna Bey. That's my red because I'm warm toned. I think a raspberry red or magenta would look much better, and more, or even a fuchsia would look so striking with that outfit. Also, I think navy would suit her the most. I see this look quite often with retired, old, short-haired ladies at the yacht club. So why do old ladies like short hair? And pants and all these things? Because when they were young, this was the look of their youth. Instead of the fattening Breton horizontal stripe, it's better to wear the vertical Nantucket stripe dresses. You will find them at Ralph Lauren, sometimes now Kate Spade has one. Very often you'll find shirt dresses with horizontal blue stripes. If you must wear a shirt and pants, for example, if you're working, then I do suggest the Nantucket nautical stripe. It looks beautiful with a tan in the summer and looks gorgeous with a tan or camel belt. Outfit number 3.
Rawr.
Nursing home chic, white and neutral, manly and old yet again. Elegantosaurus Rex, dinosaur fossil approved.
Rawr.
This is an excellent outfit for gardening or monitoring your rental property. Even in America, I wouldn't wear it elsewhere, and I would change this shoe to something more practical, like a red loafer. Instead, what I would wear is a sundress, such as the A-line sundresses Anna Bey recommends, and I would wear them with a casual shoe, like a sandal, or a slide, such as an Hermes slide if you do want to be bougie, or a plain slide if you want to be comfortable at the barbecue. My ladies who wear sundresses even when everyone else is wearing jeans shorts say how they are treated is so different. They are given the princess treatment while others expect to be the pack donkey. In fact, women who wear those jeans carry and do things for my ladies in their sundresses. Why? Because jeans are masculine work clothes. They're hard work clothes. So they psychologically prime your brain to be a pack donkey. When I'm in my sundress and my friends are in jeans, they start doing things for me, carrying my things, even though we're all ladies. It subconsciously primes them, so they will open doors for me. I do find that rather odd, so I do try to kindly educate my friends to change how they dress, so that they change how they behave, so that we can all get the princess treatment. If you dress like the mainstream, you'll be treated like the mainstream. And the mainstream does 50-50. Do you want 50-50 or do you want to be happy? Oh my. That outfit looks like someone has left the nursing home for the hospice for the terminally ill. It's a very popular outfit in nursing homes in the summer, especially with ladies walking outside with canes and short hair. Because of the comfort, and it's still elegant, it's a very posh nursing home outfit. But if I were young, I would not wear this. Anna Bey is much younger than me, and she looks older than me in that outfit. So the answer is no. Should we give it 5 out of 5 dinosaur fossils? The only time this outfit is acceptable is if a black lady wears it to get on a private jet. That's about it. Because it is comfortable. No one will see you. That's it. I see this outfit a lot on older white ladies with canes. And also remember, white makes you look larger, especially with pants. And especially oversized white shirt. I don't think it's flattering. Oh my. No, 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 no. My video next week will explain why wearing too much of the wrong color that doesn't suit you looks vulgar. I understand that Anna Bey is trying to incorporate color, but hire a professional color season consultant. This color doesn't suit Anna Bey at all. Instead of making this nursing home outfit look younger, it looks cheap and tacky and too many colors. Looks clown-like, sorry. Anna Bey is wearing a fire color scheme, which would work if you're warm-toned and high contrast. However, it doesn't suit her. The reason why it's considered inelegant by some Western women to wear color is because they don't want to look like that over there. Too much color can look vulgar, and especially on a low contrast, pale, light skin toned woman. The wrong color and too much of it looks cheap and clownish. Here, don't worry, better dresses are coming up, so it's not as frightful as previous dresses. However, for a blonde, she should not be wearing black. It simply overpowers her. This dress in navy and a fuchsia purse would look so elegant. Ladies, if you're petite, don't wear this because things that are cut at the ankle can make you look short. I can wear this, a tall lady can wear this. If you are petite, wear things to the knee or maxi length. Midi dresses, as much as Christian Dior brought it, because in a response to fabric shortages, he lowered the hem length. However, we don't have this problem today. We don't have a fabric shortage problem. Instead, this midi length does not suit everyone, and quite a few ladies do not look good in it. So finally, we have the summer dresses, and I say yes to all three. They are absolutely stunning. Now this is what I wear to a barbecue, and I wear this with flat sandals. Or sometimes with slides. Now for the evening, if I go out with my husband to a restaurant, all I do is change the sandals to a high-heeled pair of shoes, and then I change the jewelry to something more formal. Voila! A day-to-night transformation. I'm wearing a pencil dress, but imagine on a summer dress, if you change your jewelry from day to night, you can look formal and elegant anywhere. I changed my sundress for the day. It was an A-line dress, similar to Anna Bey, except I have a different, more Mediterranean style. And then in the evening, I simply changed my jewelry and shoes and wore the same dress to a gala. And with a change of jewelry, I look dinner date ready. You can take these A-line sundresses from day to night. They look youthful because they look feminine. Now, remember, if you're short, they should either be long or just above the knee. I agree with her. These dresses look youthful, not frumpy. And 50s vintage looks very youthful and on trend today. Why so? Fashion skips a generation. So Hillary Clinton, Lady Diana makes you look old, but 50s clothes look very youthful today. especially after the passing of Queen Elizabeth. They look fresh. Fashion skips a generation. These pieces are in Anna Bey's color season. They're well made, well tailored, extremely flattering on her. 10 out of 10 in terms of elegance and beauty. Also, they're very wearable from day to night. From casual to formal, you can always change it up. What Anna Bey is wearing next, she calls a pencil dress. It's not. I'm wearing a pencil dress. However, I do think it's elegant and it's called a shift dress. This is definitely what I would wear on a third date because she's right. In the current era, it's considered to be sexy and yet not over the top. She is correct that there is too much sexuality, so therefore the demure look wins, and this is classy, sexy, an absolute yes, and it's so beautiful, and it's in her color, and looks gorgeous, and looks youthful. See, she can look youthful if she wants to. She can look elegant if she wants to. And I say yes to this dress. Notice how this pastel, unlike that awful yellow, really complements her light hair and complexion instead of overpowering it. However, I might be able to wear maybe not that bright of a yellow, but a pretty bright yellow compared to Mrs. Bey. This here is a pencil dress. You notice it has sleeves on it. The bottom is similar to Anna Bey's green dress. What the Frumposaurus Rex? You know, this looks like a nerd reject from Hogwarts. You don't wear this, no. So, what do I recommend if you work in tech or Silicon Valley to wear in the office? One of my clients wore pencil dresses like this. Pencil dresses, by the way, are the best office to date, day to night outfit. One of my clients wore pencil dresses like this. Pencil dresses, by the way, are the best office to date, day to night outfit. One of my clients, so if you have an informal work environment where people wear jeans, you can get away with brightly colored pencil dresses, especially in Silicon Valley. So my client got invited to a tech conference in the equivalent of Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez's Miami mansion. It's not them, but someone of that profile. So she was invited to represent her company there. Because actually women at work finally noticed her when she changed how she dressed, and we worked on highlighting her eyes again. Work appropriate makeup, but stop being so frumpy. And we added color in her season, and suddenly people started noticing her work and promoting her. Another positive thing is an elite dating agency noticed her, and they match people with millionaires and billionaires, and so they, invited her to join the elite dating agency. The right clothes open the right opportunities. This dress is the ideal first date wife outfit. So gentlemen, when they first go out with you, they are wondering what box or category to put you in. Therefore, dress like the job you want to have. And dressing in an actual pencil dress with sleeves and elegant jewelry and elegant for example kitten heel shoes, for your first date will make him think that you are a potential wife. So don't dress too sexy for your first date, but dress like the wife job that you'd like to have. That is how I got married, and I promise you, it works. In an overly sexualized world, gentlemen crave modest feminine ladies. So dressing a bit conservatively on the first date makes you magical and seductive for our current era. No, this is so frumpy. We don't dress like this at work. That's how you get overlooked. I do advocate for wearing neutrals at work, but not like this. When I worked for the Parliament, I would wear pencil dresses like this one, but in a neutral color when I would work with my boss, because as an assistant you cannot outshine your boss. So I would wear them usually in a beige or an ivory. Then, and sometimes I would have a brown belt and so on. My mother is an interpreter and was an interpreter for Prime Ministers, United Nations. So she taught me that if you are the assistant, for example, the interpreter, you should make your boss shine, and therefore you should be the one in neutrals. Because if my mother was on the news and people remembered my mother for her beautiful dress and not the Prime Minister, she would be fired the next day for distracting people from the focus of the summit. That's why if you're an assistant, you should be wearing neutrals and let your boss shine. Yes, I would wear this dress to the Parliament on days where I didn't have to show up together with my boss. If I was giving a presentation, then I would make sure that I would wear a bright color like this. Queen Elizabeth wore bright colors so that she could be seen to the back of the room and people would have known that they saw the Queen. So when you're giving a presentation for yourself, therefore, it's elegant if you wear a color so people can see you and hear you speak. What do I recommend instead? To be taken seriously, I recommend wearing a pinstriped business suit if you work somewhere like in Wall Street, Monica Bellucci style. In many office jobs, you do want to desexualize yourself so people can focus on your work. And that's where quality pantsuits come in. Now, get promoted in a formal environment. And make sure this was inspired by Yves Saint Laurent's Le Smoking outfit, which was considered beautiful in the 70s as a contrast of the hyper-femininity of the 50s and early 60s. And next week we'll finish part 2 of my series of free tips of how to dress like Princess Catherine. So my second part of the series is why Princess Catherine doesn't wear orange. So it's beautiful, amazing, complimentary color and image consulting advice from a color season consultant. I almost never give free advice on my professional topic, so enjoy. Again, I would greatly appreciate if you like and if you subscribe if you haven't already, and write a comment below on which outfit you like the least or like the best. Until next time, ciao!